There we go.
Let's do
Let's
this.
start it up, Nod, or you take the lead. Go for it.
All right. Thank you, Ben. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Friday Zoom. My name is Nada Kazan. Our amazing CEO gave me the privilege and honor to start this. But hey, man, Ben and I were just talking. This is just unbelievable, brother. This is just unbelievable. 3 years going strong, pedal to the metal, or whatever they call that. Not only not slowing down, but starting to get into wave two. What's the wave two, gentlemen? Not that the wave one wasn't amazing enough. Wave two is when everyday people with zero network marketing experience take a look at what we have and they cannot wait to tell their friends. When you have organically people referring their friends to the highest quality products at the lowest price with full transparency, that's when we're going to hit 100 million members. So Ben and I, we chat back and forth often. And last night on our Thursday Zooms, ladies and gentlemen, he brought up something again that, we have a lot of things. We call them like Ben Nuggets kind of a thing. He just says things and it just dawned on me at 2 a.m. But it's so true, Ben, that in 3 years, bro, and it's not like we've gone through like, a couple of months we're dead. I mean, we're consistently bringing thousands and thousands of satisfied members a month. And it's not slowing down. It's not about to slow down. It's actually about to take off because, as Lisa said the other night, nowadays, people don't even doubt us anymore like they used to early days. In the early days, they're like, wait a minute, how can you make a product supposedly for $14 to $15, like our amazing greens, and then bring them to the end users for about 20? How can you guys do that? Because if it was doable, then others would do it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I wish he wasn't on the screen right now. Really, others couldn't do it. Because it's all about, I'm sorry to say it, I love starting our Friday Zooms with joy because we're a company of joy and just being proud. But the sad part is this is a very greedy industry. So we talked about some statistics last week that just blew up. It went viral. Here are some actual numbers. This is going to prove to you even more how you're at the right place at the right time. And we're about to kick it up like 10 other notches. Very simple. Over 250 million people in America alone are already taking some kind of a supplementation. These are facts. Google it, ladies and gentlemen. Here's another fact. On average, people in America spend between $800 a year to $1,200 a year on their supplementation. Those are facts. We're not here to create a new market. We're not here to, and there's nothing wrong with any of these. Please don't get me as I'm bashing. I'm not. I'm just letting you know, when you have a product, as Ben said last night, with true value, remember the word true value, everything else, it's going to take care of itself. Here are the numbers. Very simple. As I mentioned, on average, over 250 million Americans, over 65% of the world population, that's over 4 billion people, are already interested and taking some kind of a supplementation. Now, the big corporations, Ben, they know that already. The old network marketing, I don't want to say charlatan, but I just said it. They know that already. So what did they do? They're like, well, we already know that people are willing to spend up to about $100 a month on supplementation. So they don't have to create a new market. They don't have to tell you that, hey, get into AI, spend $500 to join an AI multi-level marketing, $100 a month because more billionaires are going to be made by AI. We don't have to teach people how to create a market. Over 60% of the people are already doing it. The problem is because of the major corporations recognize that fact that people are already taking supplementation, people are already budgeting between $80 to $100 a month on supplementation. So what do? They make garbage for $5. They bring it to you for 60 or 70. Then they make something else that's the buzz of the month, or maybe some celebrity mentioned resveratrol or goji berry or some magic dust from some magic mountain. They put it in there, something for $3, sell you that for 10 times the cost. So between the $5 green and some magic dust product, they got your $100 a month. But what are you getting out of it? You probably getting, not probably, they don't tell you what's in it. They don't tell you how much is in it. They won't tell you testing, if any. That's what you got going on out there. So what do? We live good. We go out there and say, hey, you're already doing this. You're already spending $1,200 a year on supplementation. However, you don't know what's in it. No, you don't know anybody behind it. So ladies and gentlemen, as you listen to our numbers today, remember, yes, we've broken every record in two massive industries. almost $1 trillion combined industry. Supplementation industry, which I believe because of LiveGood, our transparency, our highest quality, and the lowest price, which is called the true value. I believe because of LiveGood, we're going to tap that other percentage that's not taking supplementation already. And I believe from the bottom of my heart that because of LiveGood, the statistics that Ben and I are used to, and that's 1 out of 50 people who look at the old way of doing home-based business, making a product for 5, selling it to the distributors for 60, asking the distributor to sell it to their friends for 70, that whole model is broken. We are proving it, and it all starts with you. So remember, when you're out there sharing what we're doing, you're not telling people that they need to learn how to travel better, easier, cheaper. You're not telling people how to go clip coupons. You're not telling people how to learn about AI. Nothing wrong with any of those. But if you want to get into a business of masses, you've got to find something that people are already doing. People are already spending money. You're just going to bring it to them higher quality, lower price. That's LiveGood. And again, I'm still wondering, Ben, why there's no competition. I know why. I already said it. It's clearly because nobody else could have pulled this off. No, I've been around this industry, brother, you know it, for 35 years. I have never seen another owner, another corporate exec like you who's able to run extremely profitable companies on low margins. So you didn't have to learn all this. You didn't wake up during the lockdown saying, "Oh, how am I going to do this?" You were just doing it. And when we talk about the perfect storm, ladies and gentlemen, that's LiveGood. You already got a huge market. People are already buying it. People are already budgeting for it. Other companies, rip-off companies, know that, so they make garbage for 1/10 of the price to take your entire monthly budget out of you. This guy comes back to network marketing. This gentleman brings Lisa and Ryan, who create the products for their family, and now because of Ben and 2.2 million pioneers, everyday people can use it. That's LiveGood. So when Ben said last night on the Zoom, I really wish we could just absorb all this, that we don't make our products for our members to purchase and resell. That's the revolution of commerce. We're a club buying company. We grab 2 million plus, soon 100 million members, family members buying power. That's why you have the top farms in the industry who are scalable, coming to us begging for our business, because we have the platform, we have the audience, we have proud members that are out there, can't wait to tell their friends about what they found. And if none of that would have happened, if this guy wouldn't have come back to the world of network marketing. So Ben, I want to thank you. Cheers to you, brother, and back to you.
Awesome. Love it. It's funny. We were talking before the call. What should we talk about on today's call? And I didn't have any real plans, announcements, anything new that I needed to talk about today. So it just happened perfectly. I handed over to Nodder, and now I've got a whole list of stuff that we could talk about today. It's very powerful stuff. But no, thank you, Nodder. And I do agree. You know, you're right that there's not competition for many reasons, one of which is it's hard to do what we're doing. Companies don't know how to operate and be successful and profitable on $3 or $4 margins on the highest quality products on the planet. They just don't know how. And the companies who are already operating and selling products for 50, 60, 80 bucks, to change that model is basically just, you know, throwing everything in the fire and just starting from scratch. And they're not going to do that. And so, you know, it'd have to be, and there have been a couple, I don't want to say challengers, but like, I remember, okay, here's the thing. I don't like calling out companies, but I hate more when people like talk about, oh, another company went out of business or something like that, and they don't mention the name. So I'm going to mention the name because I don't like when people don't mention the name. But, you know, there's a company called Shoppy Shop.
Oh, gosh.
That, yeah, we don't even have to go into how.
What?
That I won't even say it, but okay. But no, they talked about doing similar things, about offering high quality products at low price, but they also actually talked about also paying commissions on them so they would be better than us. Anyway, you can't make the highest quality products, mark them up $2 or $3, sell them, and pay commissions on them. If you're going to be paying commissions, that means you're marking them up at least enough, at the very least enough to cover the difference between your cost and what you're selling it for, so you can pay out those commissions. And then you also need a little bit more padding to cover merchant fees, operating expenses, and all that stuff. But yes, so here's a story for you guys. For those of you who don't know my whole story. So
Okay.
when I was 24 in the year 2000, I filed bankruptcy. So I joined network marketing in 1999. This was actually right around when I met Nodder. I think I met you in 99, Nodder.
Correct.
Yeah. And so, I got into network marketing, home-based business. I was going to be a millionaire in 6 months because I see the power of this program and this system and this idea and this concept. And so, I'm living on credit cards, quit my job, just, going all in. And then, obviously that didn't happen. Doesn't happen the first time. No one makes, 99% of people never make money in network marketing, unfortunately, until LIVEGOOD, 30%. But, I believed I was going to make money and didn't happen. So I'm living on credit cards, racked up $42,000 in credit card debt, which was more than, I could pay off. So I filed bankruptcy in 2000, and it was probably the best thing that happened to me from a business perspective, because from that point on, I couldn't have a credit card. Like, no one would approve me for a credit card when I just filed bankruptcy. I couldn't get a loan. I couldn't get a mortgage. I couldn't get a car loan, like nothing. Your credit is dead when you file bankruptcy. So from that point, everything was cash. Like, I either had the money to do it or I didn't have the money to do it. There wasn't any other way to do it. And so the first company I launched, we did it on a very small budget, but we were offering high quality services. It was actually called Pro Builder Plus. We talked about picks and shovels last week. And so we, because we had been building, should I go into my,
Come on, do it. Come on. People want to know. Let's go.
Okay. So here you go. Okay. So I got into network marketing, met Nodder. That was in a company called One Network. Yes. And talk about shadiness, and talk about a lot of you guys. This is actually, I'm glad we're talking about this, Nodder, because this is a lesson and a story that a lot of people, I think, can relate to and need to understand and kind of accept and wake up to, because I think both of us, including you, Nodder, and you had been in the industry for 10 years, so you have less an excuse than I do. I was brand new, so I didn't know any better. But we followed this guy, Mark Guest. Yep. He was the owner of this company, One Network. Drove a red Ferrari, like, good looking dude. He was probably 36-ish, right? Years old when at that time, gave the vibe, the impression that he was very successful, that he knew what he was doing. He was going to build this business, and he'd use big terms like the firm. And it just all, and I remember, like, when we would do events, he'd like, I like good cuisine, like they'd serve a meal, and it wouldn't be just a meal, it would be cuisine. And I don't know, it was very impressive. And, people want to be like him. I'm 22 years old, looking up to him, 23. Thought this guy was cool. And now, like, he's probably filed bankruptcy a few times. After 6 months, Nodder, we'd get our weekly commission checks, and we'd go, like, Nodder talks about how I used to go to the office. So I lived in San Diego at the time. The office was in Irvine?
Irvine, yes, sir. Irvine.
Yeah. So it was like about an hour drive for me to go up there. And I'd go up there I'd go a couple times a week because I'd be able to work my business using their phones because at that time, for those of you who weren't around 25 years ago, there were long distance charges. Like, if you dial an area code, you're paying 8 cents a minute or something like that. So it got, and I was dialing every freaking day. Like, no exaggeration, my phone bill was over $400 a month. And that was actually, man, I could go off on all kinds of tangents, but that was another, people would complain that they weren't making money. I'm like, let me see your phone bill. If their phone bill is less than $50, they're not doing anything. If it's less than $100, they still need to do more. My phone bill is over $400 every month. Like, I was working most of the time just to pay that phone bill and my rent. But anyway, so I'd go to the corporate office to use their phone lines and, to dial. And I'd be there from like 9 a.m., sometimes 8 a.m., all the way to like 8 p.m., just dialing. And 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 I was making a little bit of money. I mean, I got to what, like $1,000 a week, a few weeks. No, it wasn't consistent, but
No.
but then it got to a point where this company was like running out of money, and he'd always have these excuses. He'd tell us $5 million was coming in from investors and all that stuff. And so I would make sure, one of the days that I came up there to do my calls and to work from the corporate office, I would it would be the payday. So I wouldn't have to wait for the check to get mailed to me. I would literally get handed my paycheck. And we figured out after a little while, after we bounced a couple checks that we didn't bounce, the company, they give us a check, we go to the bank to cash it, and it comes back and it gets reversed. And we're like, Mark, what's going on here, bro? We're working hard for this money and you're bouncing checks. Why is there no money in your bank account? And he's like, oh, don't worry, go on Friday. So like, we literally time it so when there was money in there, we'd get it. And so as soon as, and then it came to a point where as soon as we got that paycheck, like we were sprinting to the bank to be the first ones to cash it out before he ran out of money and no one else could get theirs. Right? I mean,
very true. Very true.
And the weirdest thing about that, as much of a red flag as that should be, I don't know. I don't know if we thought it was normal, but it's like we kept going. We believed in this idea, this guy, and all his stories and excuses and stuff every week, and just believed that this $5 million and these investors were coming in and this thing was going to be huge. Meanwhile, you know what the product was? It was a $500 one-time $500 portal, basically like a search engine that he was selling for $500, hyping up like it was this super awesome thing. And we're like, because this like internet was pretty fresh back in 2000, so it was 1999, 2000. Anyway, so went from that company to a company called LifeForce. We were selling overpriced liquid multivitamin called Body Balance. They had a lot of other products too. And these guys there, Brian McMullen, Tim Housden, Cory Citron, and they had a programmer, I think his name was Seth. They built this system called the Concord Group, which was the first power line system in the network marketing industry. And again, I'm brand new. I'm believing everything. I'm super stoked on this whole industry, this idea, this multi-level marketing, this generational income, residual, all this stuff. And so I'm all in regardless, but they're talking about this power line. And so I figured out, wow, this power line actually works. You get some traffic and then, people convert. They see the people coming in under them. They got an opportunity to lock in their spot. They get these emails saying you got a check waiting, and they sign up. And Nodder actually, this was a kind of cool, very fortunate. I signed up with Nodder in one network. Nodder actually signed up under me in LifeForce. He was still kind of my mentor, even though he was under me. And I was very thankful for that. He built a big organization, and we both made a lot of money in that company. But from that company, so man, I could go really deep. Anyway, I'll keep it. Yeah, you guys want to know? Here we go. So my wife, who at that time she was my girlfriend, we weren't married yet, and I was totally broke, just come off bankruptcy, and she's literally, I'm hiding my car at her house so it didn't get repossessed. Here's another fun story fact. So Mitsubishi had this deal where you could get a brand new Mitsubishi Eclipse with no payments for a year. So again, I'm like, awesome. Like in a year, I'll have millions. Like perfect. So the year comes up. Now I got a $600 car payment that I couldn't pay because I'm paying myself my phone bill. That was before cell phones. I was paying my phone bill, my rent. Anyway, so I'm hiding my car at my girlfriend's house. Borrowed money from her actually to get into this company, LifeForce. And so in exchange, I built her a position, and her position was actually one of the top earners in the entire company, the fastest to the Crown Diamond level. So her check was like 25, 30K a month. Mine was like 12. So it was awesome. But anyway, so she had a good friend named Sarah. Sarah's husband was a programmer. His company had just sold. He wasn't doing anything. We used to go on his boat, wakeboarding and stuff. I asked him one day, hey, can you build an autoresponder to email people? And he's like, yeah. And literally, that was the entire conversation. And like a week later, like no other talk about anything. A week later, he's like, hey, I built that autoresponder. I'm like, oh, let's see it. And we called it Team Responder. Anyway,
Oh
so
my
we
gosh.
used that to help build our Life Force business with the Powerline system. So when people would come into the Powerline, we'd send them emails. And then it got to a point where like we figured out that we can fill this autoresponder with leads, with email address. And this was back when spamming was I don't want to say it was frowned upon, but would get delivered, get through, we'd get very high conversions.
Yep.
So we would start basically literally spamming people, putting leads in this autoresponder, spamming people to build our Life Force business. And that's where I was getting, I mean, I had this fat notebook, Nader could tell you, that
Yes.
with all the leads that came in from the autoresponder. And
Yes.
like I'd follow up with them every day until they either signed up or said no. And then that autoresponder, so we actually started allowing people in our Life Force team to use the autoresponder. We're charging $19.95 a month. So Mike, the programmer, could make some money because I didn't have any money to pay him yet. So then we got like 1,500 people on the autoresponder paying $20 a month. So that was like 30 grand a month coming in, which was really cool. And then we started selling people leads to put in the autoresponder.
Yes.
And it was actually, it was like we were making money, which was great, but it was working to help people build and duplicate the Life Force business. And then we actually started building our own Powerline systems, and we still had the autoresponder. So we were basically doing entire network marketing companies without owning a network marketing company. And that's how we got to Pro Builder Plus, giving people the picks and shovels, the tools that they didn't have. This was in 2006 when the internet was still pretty young, and most companies literally, like, the extent of their, trying to keep it short, the extent of their online presence was a corporate replicated website.
Yes.
And so, we gave them like landing pages, so lead capture pages where they can and it was all generic. It's like, hey, learn how to make money from home. And there was some focused on health and wellness, some focused on, because we had all these different companies, like there were like gas and electric companies back then, there were travel companies back then. So we had different landing pages that were generic, but focused on those types of businesses. And so the people so for $29.95 a month, that's what we were charging.
Yes.
People get all these they got all these landing pages, the autoresponders. There was some generic, like 5-minute movie intros, like, would you like to make money from home? Are you sick and tired of being, broke, and all this stuff? And so the tools were powerful, and they weren't getting them anywhere else. And so there was a lot of value in that. And we put in like 30,000 people in a couple months in that company. People were making money. And the weirdest thing, Nader, is like, and it still kind of seems like this is how people think. They would start asking me, this was like 3 or 4 months in. People would be like, when are you launching another one? Right? And I'm like, why do I need to launch another one? Like, this is helping a lot of people. And they're like, because the system works, it's really cool. I'm like, oh. And so, and then we launched, was ProWealth Solutions first or My World Plus?
ProWealth Solution, then My World Plus.
What?
ProWealth Solution, and then My World Plus.
Okay, so then I don't know that. Yeah. So then we launched one called ProWealth Solutions, which was very similar in that we were giving people tools, but this one we were charging $34.95 was ProWealth Solutions. And I kind of compiled this group of different people that had different kinds of businesses. Like, we had a dog walking business. We had a stock trader. We had, what else do we have? Like a travel consultant or something. So we had like 10 or 12 different business ideas in there, people teaching people other ways to make money from home outside of the network marketing industry. Well, that company in itself was a network marketing company. So I've always wanted to give people value for what they were, paying, because, and I recognize, most people weren't making money in network marketing. I realized it back then. So, you give them value. I guess at the very least, they're not going to lose money. If they use the product, they use the tools, it works. So anyway, that company, I remember we had a merchant account that held like 400,000. If you get a merchant account that's to process credit cards, there's always a limit as to how much you can process. And we started with a $400,000 merchant account. We did 1.2 million the first month on this little $34.95 program. Had to get it, we had scrap. It was cool. I mean, all this stuff is learning experiences. And then we went to My World Plus, where it was a coupon deal, $19.95 a month. People would save more money than they would spend. And you see our leaderboards, and a lot of the same people were on each leaderboard, and a lot of people were like, a lot of you guys were probably in one or two or three or multiple ones of those companies. And it wasn't that I set out to go launch a ton of companies. It's just like it worked. And even, we probably had 8 or 10 companies running at the same time, all still paying commissions, all, still helping people, all still profitable, shipping products, some of them. So anyway, the point is, those experiences, most owners that you see in the network marketing industry are first-time owners. And so and that's what Nader was kind of getting at, I think, is that, without the experience that we've been able to have, and quite honestly, not just the experience, but the life lessons like the bankruptcy that taught me how to keep that overhead low. Because when you don't have money to spend, you can't spend money. And so when you have to limit your resources and keep things, I mean, we had one customer service lady, this girl, what was her name? She was a little crazy, but awesome, super hard worker. And I mean, she would,
Kirsten?
I'm standing on my balance board, Ryan. You would
Kirsten?
like this. Here, I'll show you guys what it is.
Oh gosh, here we go.
I like to stand up when I do my. Just keeps things flowing, keeps the blood flowing. But anyway, this customer service, I mean, she was working her tail off and loving it and loved us, loved working for us. And then, we brought in Michelle back then, who's still with me today, still our customer service manager, best customer support person you've ever seen in your life. And we're super just lucky to have her on the team. But all that is to say that, those experiences and the lessons are what has allowed us to figure all this stuff out and know how to go from day one with literally the highest quality products, the best system ever created, most generous compensation plan, operating on super thin margins, low overhead, and absolutely dominating. That's why, 2 million members, we say it a lot, but I don't know if you guys really truly understand how many people that is and how big of growth that is. I mean, if you're a network marketing company, most network marketing companies never ever even get to 50,000 people, 100,000 people, 100,000 people in a network marketing company I would say is a successful run, is a successful company. We did 20 times that just in 3 years, and we're just getting started. Like, the numbers are growing. Yesterday, 2 weeks ago was the biggest day of the year in LiveGood as far as new member signups. Yesterday, we crushed that. Yesterday was the new biggest day of the year in LiveGood. And while other companies are struggling and losing volume. So anyway, I hope you guys, it's a cool story. We've been around. I struggled at the beginning, just like everybody. We're able to figure some things out. And because of that, because of just all of those experiences, that's what has allowed LiveGood to have the chance that it had. And I think more importantly than that, when you put the mission over the money, the passion over the profit, that's the key. Like, I think that really that thing right there, mission over money, purpose over profit. Is that what I said? I said passion or purpose, either one, they both work. Is the difference, because most people, you think about starting a business, like, why would you start a business? And your answer is going to be to make more money, right? That's not why we started this business. We started this business as a mission to fix the network marketing industry, to fix a broken business model. The world is as unhealthy as it's ever been. More people are overweight or obese than any time ever before in history. More people are on prescription medication than any time ever before in history. And people are just not healthy, but they're waking up, they're realizing they need to get better. And at the same time, but there's no options out there. Like, every other supplement brand is either low quality, overpriced, or in most cases, both. And so to give people an opportunity, that's where I was going. And people are also, health spans are going down, lifespans are going down. So this was an opportunity to come, really change the world and help people get healthy, stay healthy, do it in an affordable way, and give them a compensation plan, a new business model that's never been seen or done before in this space, and help people make money. And, you know, with 2 million people, 30% of them in profit, 100% saving money on the highest quality supplements at the lowest prices, you know, obviously it works. So yeah, you know, when Nodder says not a lot of people can do it, I don't want to say, you know, anyone could do it, because he's right. It takes a lot of just not just mindset, but tools, resources, experience to be able to put together what we've put together. And I agree. I'm not saying anyone, like, it can't be done, but yeah, there's not a lot of people out there that have our experience, that have our background, that have been through it and figured things out, and really just know business, know network marketing, know supplements, and know how everything works to give us a chance to be successful. And you know, this is still the beginning. When Nader talks about wave one versus wave two, I mean, wave one is still rolling faster than any other company out there in the industry. When we have the biggest day of the year 3 months in, you know, and probably the biggest day in the last 5 or 6 months, if you look back, that's growth. And when, I mean, talk about, guys, when we roll out this co-op, this has been a long week for me. I've been on calls and just approving things and giving feedback. Like, it's been awesome. It's been a very, very productive week moving towards our ultimate goal. And you know, when Nader says that wave two is coming, people outside of the network marketing industry, I absolutely agree with that. I mean, we've been seeing that continue to grow, and that's part of the growth that we are seeing. But I still think, you know, you look at the network marketing industry. I talked about this on our opportunity call yesterday, in addition to the no competition thing, is that, like, you know, I saw this post the other day where this person was talking about, speaking of company, I didn't mention the name of the company yesterday, but there was a company called My Daily Choice, HempWorks. Maybe I did talk about it yesterday. They sold a CBD oil for $79.95 for 500 milligram CBD oil. And this lady posted, she was commenting on someone else's post, oh yeah, I miss their CBD oil. And it's like, well, if you knew that we have higher quality CBD oil, USDA certified organic, like the cleanest, healthiest premium CBD oil on the planet, and not for $79, but for $19.95 for the 1500 milligram and just $14.95 for the 500 milligram. Did I say 15? Yeah. You know, you wouldn't be missing it. Like, the point of that is, what got me so excited about seeing that comment was the fact that that person clearly has been in network marketing and still hasn't heard about LiveGood. And when we talk about 2 million people, when there's how many million people in network marketing, not 160 million? What's the number?
Almost 200 million.
200 million people around the world in network marketing. I don't know what the number is in the US. We've got 2 million of them. Like 300,000 or 400,000 people in the United States are in LiveGood. The number of people in the network marketing industry who are not having success and need supplements, need a new opportunity, need a business, need something to be part of, don't even know about LiveGood and aren't in it yet. Like, that wave, that's still wave one. And when we roll out this co-op, and they'll be able to literally buy customers to build their business and help them grow and build, like, that's never been seen before in the network marketing industry. No company has ever been able to actually make a co-op work. And when people see, when we say they can't unsee it, like, if that lady knew that we had $14.95 CBD oil that she was paying $79.95 for, she wouldn't be missing that CBD oil. Like, she'd be over here excited and probably telling everybody else about it. And so when I see stuff like that, you know, a lot of people, I think that oh, they missed the boat on LiveGood. Guys, this is the beginning. This is like, you know, Bitcoin 10 years ago, after people thought they missed that initial run. We haven't hit the real numbers yet. 2 million compared to zero, 2 million is 2 million more than zero. 50 million is 48 million more than 2 million. Like, that's the real growth that we haven't even tapped into yet. And that's where we are. Like, the decisions, all the stuff we've been working on this week and really for the past year have been towards that. Because the potential here is not just limited to people in the network marketing industry. It is open to literally everybody in the world. Everybody needs supplements. Everybody wants value. Everybody wants quality. Everyone wants the best price, and there is no competition. Nobody else is doing it. Like, if you guys don't think that we are going to at least 20 or 30 million people, I don't know what you're, yeah, it does, like, I don't know how we can't, but, so yeah, that was all really good stuff, Nodrin. I also wrote down a lot of notes while you were talking. I wrote down AI, and the other cool thing, AI is disrupting a lot of different businesses. It is putting a lot of people out of business. It can't replace supplements. It can't make you healthy, right? I mean, I'm just saying, there's a lot of, there's so much stuff that we are just perfectly positioned in front of and perfectly aligned with, that very few, if any, other companies, especially in the network marketing industry, are really positioned to take advantage of. It's a very rare and special and unique timing and opportunity that what we have here is, is great. And so I'm going to say this, and I've been trying to keep it very positive today, because I feel like I've been bashing a lot. But I'm going to say this. This is just a message to a lot of you guys, because a lot of you guys in the network marketing industry, and a lot of people that you guys know, continue to follow the same people, company to company, when you haven't made any money. And those people probably aren't either. That's why they keep jumping around. Like, if a company is still trying to sell a product for over $50, that's not where the consumer is spending their money. All of those companies, 100%, even companies that are launching today, will start going the opposite direction in 2 or 3 months after that initial excitement or hype of their $50 or $80 product. Those companies are losing volume. More companies are going out of business in the network marketing industry today than are launching, because that old model is dead. And this is the coolest thing. I'll close it with this. We talk about this a lot. We did not build this company. We didn't create this compensation plan to appeal to the leaders in this industry, to appeal to the top income earners. And that's why at the beginning, they didn't see it. Like Nodder said, they were bashing us, saying it will never work because you're not going to attract leaders with that compensation plan. Well, guess what? We have people who have never had success in the network marketing industry making way more money than most leaders out there, if you want to call them leaders, out there, top earners, whatever, in the industry, and long term. Like, this income is going to continue to be here in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, when those people have been in another 40 or 50 different companies, until they realize, I should have joined LiveGood a long time ago. I need to get in now. I mean, if you've heard about it and you're not getting your products from us, that's just something wrong with you. But from a business opportunity, guys, the window, the potential, the number of people out there in the network marketing industry and outside the network marketing industry is so infinitely ginormous that the opportunity is so wide open right now. So I think a lot of those people who are realizing that, I mean, I have some friends in the industry and they call me all the time, they're like, this company is struggling and they're not doing it right. I'm like, I know, I told you that 2 years ago when you joined. Like, it's, but they keep doing it. They're like, this is my buddy. I'm not going to say his name. I've been pretty open with names today, but, I asked him, I'm like, what if this company goes out of business? What are you going to do? It's like, I'm a network marketer. Just like a doctor is a doctor, a lawyer is a lawyer. I'm a network marketer. I'm going to go find another network marketing opportunity. And this is a guy that does the same thing. I mean, he gets a deal from the company, whether it's a binary, he gets a leg, maybe he gets a performance bonus. Sometimes he gets straight cash just to come over. And his downline doesn't know. You got, so my point, my message is, stop following people who are just dragging you company to company. Okay. You look at, this was created to help the average person, and that's what's happening. And so and the people who have broken away from those leaders and have joined LiveGood without them are having more success than they ever had with those leaders, and in most cases, more success than those leaders themselves. So until you're willing to break away from the traditional network marketing gurus and top earners and heavy hitters and big fish and whales or whatever you want to call them, and do what's actually working, you're going to see the same results. So I'll leave it at that. But yeah, we are absolutely rocking. We are 100% focused, pedal to the metal, fuel on the fire to get to that 50 million members in the next few years. And I have no doubt. I mean, maybe not 50. I have no doubt we'll get to 20. I have very little doubt we'll get to 30 and very little doubt we'll get to 50. I mean, I think what we have with even if we stopped creating new products here, just our lineup right now, we've got like 50 products, life-changing products, many just fundamental, basic, everyday products that you absolutely need. And then some really cool stuff that also I think falls into that category of need, but also, that you could build an entire company around that are more exotic and unique and exciting that, that'll attract a lot of people as well. And I'm still, Dr. Ryan will talk about some of the other stuff. We got comment, a parasite cleanse, the NAD strips. When we get those back in stock, I mean, people are asking for those, just cannot wait. And I think our overnight oats meal replacement is going to be awesome as well. So, all right, I'm going to stop. Talked a long time. Hope you guys got some value, or at least, learned a little bit about me, about us, about our history, how this company came to be, and maybe a little bit about the network marketing industry as well. But let's go out to our Director of Product Education, Lisa Goodkin. Good morning.
Hello, everyone. That was great to hear. What a cool story. I'm going to try to keep mine brief because I know you guys have been here a long time and I want you to stay along. But I did speak yesterday about mission, right? So I feel, and I hope you do too, that selling a mission is much easier than just standing there selling a product, right? People become passionate about missions, especially when it's something that can resonate with them. And when Nader just gave you the numbers about how many people are taking a nutritional supplement, this mission should hit home for many, because nobody wants to be putting things into their body that can do more harm than good, or again, wasting their money and their time. So work with our mission, lead with our mission. Why Live Good? We are changing the industry. We're changing two industries actually, right? Comes the network marketing and also the supplement industry. And these are two industries that have continued over and over again to take advantage of the consumer or the customer or the affiliate, whatever it is. So perfect yourself with our mission, why we're here, what we're doing, and the transparency that we provide. And lead with that, because it really doesn't matter if you're here for the product or here for the business side. The mission is what it is, right? It's a mission on both ends of the spectrum, the business and the product side. Okay. So I always like to say, your story matters. So share your story, but lead with the mission and then share your story and your personal experience, and things are just going to be easy. And that's why you see the growth continue. And gosh, I mean, that's crazy that we just had that many, people join. I mean, you see this. The more you talk about things, the more people learn about Live Good. They're just going to jump on because there's no reason not to, right? It's working in their favor in so many different ways. So keep doing what you're doing, because obviously it's working. And really, while with Live Good we started, and I really feel like we moved fast, we grew big fast. Because of network marketing, right? Because everybody involved in network marketing was wanting to do something different, right? And they were really intrigued by what Ben and Nader had going with Live Good. And now, though, people are really learning about our mission, our why, our transparency, and what we have to offer, our products, right, that go along with all that. And then I think that is really now what's taking the next level. And we keep growing from that end. So together, both of those forces are starting to join, and we're just going up, 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 up. And it's going to continue, and we're always going to keep bringing you stuff. I've been getting more and more emails, and I like these ones about, this is what I take, help me with Live Good swaps. That's what I want to hear, not just because you're buying our product. It's really because you understand now. You're realizing that what you're taking is probably lower quality. You're probably spending too much. You might be putting negative things in your body without knowing it. And you might not even be doing yourself any good because it might not have therapeutic doses, right? You're understanding that. So you're asking me, help, swap me out. This is everything I'm taking. Those are great emails, because again, you get it, and I'm here to help you. Always reach out to me, guys. Appreciate all the support, and I'm gonna throw it back to you, Ben.
Awesome. Love it. Awesome stuff. Dr. Ryan, Director of Product Development. How's it going over there?
Hey, did you just call me Brian?
No, I said Ryan. Did it come out Brian?
That was funny. I don't know.
I think
heard
I
Brian.
said Dr. Ryan.
That would have been hilarious. That would have been funny. Hey, yeah, dude, our products rock, man. Honestly, they're amazing. They're amazing. Like you said, a lot of them, people might think of them as optional, but if they have the ability and they can afford it, which they really can now that you consider the cost point. But it's so hard, Ben. I really struggle with that because people want to know, what do I need to take? What do I need to take? And I think it's more of a discussion, and it's hard to have that discussion on a personal level. I wonder what you tell people though, Ben. Maybe when you come back online, like how do you tell somebody what they need to take when it's a broad stroke question like that? Because I could spend an hour, or I could try to sum it up in a short email, but it's not always easy to understand that. But I will tell you, I think when you go back to MLM story, which thank you for sharing that in the detail, that was fun. A lot of the owners, man, I think the reason why a lot of these companies also don't succeed is because they really aren't a product of the product. They had nothing to do with the development of the product. They had no mission around the product. What were they actually trying to accomplish with the product? If it was just marketing and sales, yeah, you know how that goes, right? But when you stick to the fundamentals and you have a discipline and you truly have a mission to help people get healthy and stay healthy and do it in an affordable way, that sticks. That sticks around. And then add in the expertise of Nodder and Ben and the experience and the vision. The vision to on how to run the company in a very cost-effective way. Hey, man, that's the secret formula right there. But it's funny, we talk about this so openly. Somebody could replicate it exactly the way we describe it. There's really nothing that different than what we talk about. It is seriously just like we say it is. Yeah, it's a lot of work. I mean, you've got 3 warehouses, Ben, stacked. I mean, you've got a lot of product moving. You have a lot of staff in the sense, well, not a lot of staff. I'm saying you have a staff with a lot of responsibility, so, and they take pride in their work, and it's great. Ben, every month we have team building exercises. We do stuff with them all the time. I'm in communication with our warehouse manager on a daily basis. So is Ben. I mean, it's very hands-on. It's very hands-on. So maybe for the lazy owner, the person that just doesn't want to do anything, that might not be a good fit. So, but we're not slowing down. We're actually building momentum and steam. I love hearing the numbers are growing. I know the product sales are growing. I see that all the time. That's just awesome to see. So we've got a lot of stuff going on. We've got a busy year ahead, guys. We've got a lot of approvals already in the works. So the next thing that's going to be, what we've got coming out is Parasite Cleanse. The only snag I just hit on Parasite Cleanse was the microbial. The lab was shut down. So we're waiting for the testing results on that. As soon as that goes, then we can release it. That is like a quarantine measure. So they have to do that. We do that intentionally. And we won't risk it, because you see like what a company would deal with if you had a salmonella outbreak in that greens powder, Ben, I think. So if you have something like that, that's like totally stupid, right? Like you should never have that. So we're waiting for our microbials to come back, and then we'll release the product. So that'll be in the works here, this week, next week is the goal. So real soon. Right behind that, I have NAD coming back online, which is great. Just some weird things that happen with that product. But we're good to go. I think we've been keeping our subscription subscribers on, which is great. I know we're getting close to that, so I'm pushing real hard to make sure that comes back online. And once it does, we're fully back. So don't sweat that again. Behind that, Ben talked about the overnight oats. You may not understand the importance and how powerful that is. Lisa's right now wearing a continuous glucose monitor, so she sees what foods spike glucose like significantly. And I'll tell you right now, the overnight oats are wonderful. They just got there was a great study that was released. There was another peer-reviewed journal. It was just talking about the overnight oats and how powerful of a first food that is, whether it's early in the morning or late in the day. So guys, when we launch the overnight oats, we're now in the food category, and we're doing it in a healthy way with organic, something that will not spike your glucose crazy. It'll give you all the protein, the fatty acids, the proper balance of carbohydrate. You're going to absolutely crush it with that first launch of 2 different flavors of overnight oats. Then we've got hydrogen tabs behind that. I'm pushing hard on that. And then I think probably right behind that will be the cleaning solution, the concentrate. So that's short term. About 2 weeks ago, I talked about a lot of the longer term stuff, the different beauty stuff, the different thing we can do in the pet market, the soaps, the toothpaste. There's all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's unlimited. There's so many options for things that we can bring out and keep bringing out. And honestly, you know what's crazy? We can bring them out in a much cleaner and healthier way. When Lisa told you about last night, she was involved in MLM a little bit through Beauty Counter, and she learned a lot about healthy skincare. We're grateful for that. We're very grateful for that. And I'll tell you, look at our skincare line, and you can put it right up against the EU, the European Union. I mean, it is clean, clean, clean. And we're going to keep staying on that theme, right? We're always going to be the best in quality. There might be companies out there that are also doing a good job, but we're going to be the best in quality. And obviously our price points too, I mean, are unbeatable. So we're going to keep up the hard work, guys. Congratulations on everybody that's joined and ranked. And we look forward to seeing you. We're going to run on Monday, noon Eastern. It's going to be recording this time because we do have our children on spring break this week. So that's what's on tap for Monday. But we look forward to seeing you back again next week. Back to you, Ben.
Awesome. Sorry, I was zoning out for a sec. What's the topic for Monday?
Lisa, what are we running? Do you know what it is?
Oh,
we have she's not here. Hold on. She stepped away, Ben. I'll come back to you.
okay, cool. No worries. But yeah, dude, this NAD is freaking amazing. And it's really interesting, like how somehow very popular NAD has become over the next weeks or month. It seems just more and more people are talking about it, taking it in different forms, different systems, all that stuff. Dude, our NAD, I totally noticed just athletic performance, focus, concentration, just everything works better with it. It is really, really awesome. And it tastes good. The weird thing about the NAD, as far as the strips compared to the methylene blue dissolves faster and completely. The NAD, like I could be sucking on it for like 10 minutes and I just, I'll move it around cheek to cheek, under my tongue, up here in my gums. But I mean, is that like, is it supposed to be like that? Am I doing something wrong?
No, and I like that because it actually, if you think about it, it doesn't go all at once and then overload your cavity with a bunch of fluid and then you have to swallow a bunch. So that slow release for NAD is actually preferred. It's perfect.
Nice. Yeah. And I recognize, I've done a lot of research, have a lot of conversations with ChatGPT about NAD and how swallowing it, ingesting it, letting it go through your stomach, through your digestive system, through your, just filter through your liver, all that stuff. It by the time it actually gets to your cells, it's almost completely broken down and pretty worthless. You're not getting much of it. So I focus very hard on not swallowing any of the remains of that strip. I keep it in my gums or wherever until it's completely gone. And just make sure I get every last bit of it into my cells through my membranes, whatever, in my mouth, and avoid the stomach and all that stuff. So yeah, can't wait for it to have that back because I want you guys to experience that awesomeness. And yes, if you have it on subscribe and save, you've still been getting your product. And that's why I turned it off, because I want to make sure I don't want to mess with your subscriptions. I don't want you to have to change them, cancel them, take stuff out. So we turned off ordering for everyone else just to make sure we can keep those orders being fulfilled. And hopefully next week we'll have just a huge batch. Dr. Ryan went really big. So it'll be very unlikely that we ever run out again. So we'll be good there. But Dr. Ryan, when people ask, what should I take? I don't know that I get that question specifically or as generic as that. I usually get, what should I take for, to help with my endurance, or what do I take to get better sleep or something like that. And then, it's a more specific answer like E3 or our super reds, or for sleep, magnesium, obviously our 2 sleep products, CBN sleep gummies, as well as our sleep patches. But most of the time, people are just asking me what I'm doing, and I tell them what I take, and then they start saying, "Oh, I need that. Like my buddy Chris, Chris at the gym. I think his daughter plays volleyball with Skylar.
Yeah, sure does.
Yeah, so he was talking about how he had something about his liver. So after we left the gym, I texted him our liver support. He's like, "Yeah, that's what I need." I'm like, "Awesome. Have an awesome day, dude." So yeah, just stuff pops up. I wasn't trying to sell. Like, I think it genuinely could help him. Like, he went to the doctor, had something wrong with it. He was talking about something. I only had part of the conversation. But so I sent that over to him. So yeah, I mean, and you could always, when people ask what, if you don't know the answer, or if it is as generic as what should I take? I don't know what vitamins, what minerals, what supplements I should be taking. Send them to the health assessment. You guys all have that health assessment. It's attached to your name, to your ID number, to your account, your position in the compensation plan. So anything that they purchase, it's all tied to you. You'll get credit for it. And just tell them, take this free health assessment. It's like 30 questions, takes a couple minutes, gives you this full health printout of everything from your brain health, your heart health, your immune system strength, your digestive health, all that stuff. And can really help you understand where you are and give you some ideas to get healthier in whatever area you might need it, you might be lacking. Whew. All right, Nodder, let's do some rank advancements, and we'll turn it back to you for a minute. So I've been talking a long time today. Okay, here we go. And if there's anything else you guys want me to talk about, I'm happy to do it. Yeah, this has been a fun call. I'm actually really enjoying it. Okay, here we go. Another huge week of ranks when you had the biggest day of the year.
I love
yesterday. Obviously, you see a lot more rank advancements, and we had a lot of people sign up yesterday, hit bronze yesterday. Congratulations, special congratulations to you guys. And also, I didn't, usually at the beginning of the call, Nodder said it. So I will say it as well, but welcome aboard to everyone who joined this week. I know we got a lot of people who this is your very first Firestarter Friday call. And, sometimes we have a specific game plan. Sometimes we have a few things we want to talk about. Sometimes, like today, we just go with the flow and whatever comes out, comes out. But, I think all these calls are beneficial, valuable, and exciting, worth being on. We try to keep them positive, exciting, motivational, inspirational, and help you guys kind of just know you made the right decision in being part of this amazing movement that we've all got here. All right, so here we go. 804 bronzes this week alone, over 100 bronzes a day. People built a team of at least 2 members, got into profit. That doesn't happen in the network marketing industry. 800 people rank advancing in 1 week. Absolutely crazy. Congratulations to bronzes. And this is the most exciting thing. I say it a lot, but a lot of people, a lot of these 804 people, a lot of people in Live Good, a lot of people at all different ranks have been in the network marketing industry before. Many have been in 5 programs, 10 programs, maybe 20 different programs, and struggled to enroll people. Maybe haven't ever been able to enroll someone other than like their mom or their daughter, and haven't been able to sell a single product. And now, their first week, they're able to enroll 2 people, get to that bronze rank, and actually have success. Because when you just know and you feel it, that this is an honest, sincere, like you're not ripping people off, and like highest quality, lowest price, it makes it so easy and genuine. And like, I've always, in every business, even ones that I've owned, like been kind of embarrassed to tell my friends to buy this weight loss product when I know it's costing us $5 to make, and I'm telling them to buy it for $60. Just weird. I'm like, I'll get you a bottle. And like, it just never felt right. Here it feels right. Like, I don't give my friends any stuff. Like, dude, for $20 for the best greens product on the planet, go spend $20, bro. Like, it's really cool. It's just a whole different mindset where you're giving people true, honest value.
Yes.
And I think, that duplicate, it doesn't just happen for any other reason other than it's right. When you're doing the right thing and everything aligns, guys, 30% of our affiliates in profit, like Nodder, that's ridiculous in the network marketing. You see more than 3%. It's crazy. We've got 10 times that. 30% of our affiliates are able to make money. Yes, win in a compensation plan that was designed to help the average person. It's working. The way we designed it, it's working. It wasn't designed to help the 1% of people make a gazillion bucks while everyone else loses. It was designed to help everyone. And yes, there are a lot of people in our diamonds. We've got over 200 diamonds averaging over $10,000 a month in residual income. Like, those numbers are working. All right. And sharing, and what do you call it, Nodder? The profit sharing, the co-ownership.
Co-ownership.
Right. You get a piece of every dollar that comes in. Guys, when we got 50 million members, in this thing, and you're getting a piece of every single dollar that comes in. Like I keep saying, right now the diamond pool's around $1,400-1,500 a month. That's just extra money. That's just our profit sharing. Thank you to you guys for helping build the company, for achieving the rank of diamond. That's just an extra $1,500 on, like, extra in the comp plan. You get all the matrix pay, you get all the matching bonuses, you get all the fast start commissions, you get all the customer acquisition bonuses, and then you get an extra $1,400-1,500 a month just from the diamond pools. And every single one of you guys can get there. That $1,500 is cool. Like, it's cool to get an extra because you're doing what you want to do. But I really believe when we got 30 million, 50 million members, like, I believe those diamond pools will be easily $10,000 a month, possibly $20,000 a month, because we're going to have so many people outside of the network marketing industry in here than we do now. And those ratios are already adjusting. Like, in the beginning, it was like all affiliates. And now, yes, the number of affiliates continues to grow, but the number of members percentage-wise is growing even faster. So as the member numbers who outside of the affiliates, all affiliates are also members, but as more and more members come in who are not affiliates, those ratios start to change. And I truly believe, like, we're very close to the point where we're going to have more members who are not affiliates coming in than people who are also affiliates. And I also believe in the next few years, it'll be like 75-80% of people are coming in as members. And when those numbers flop and there's way more members who are not affiliates, that's when the pools really start to grow and grow and grow and grow. Because yes, we'll still be popping diamonds, still be popping ranks, but there's not as many affiliates kind of to share it with, but there's more memberships that go into that pool. So all of that money gets into the bonus pools and obviously gets paid out. All right, so congratulations, 804 bronzes. We had 81 silvers last month, over 11 a day, 81 people building a team of 20 members in their organization, which is hard to do in network marketing. Most people never build a team of 20 people in a network marketing company. We had 81 people do it this week alone. Congratulations, silvers. Another 15 golds, over 2 a day. 2 people every single day building a team of 100 members in a network marketing company. That's not normal. That doesn't happen ever in this industry. And that's weekly. Just another week in LiveGood, 3 years in to this thing, and still absolutely dominating this industry. So congratulations, 15 golds. Absolutely love it. 3 more platinums this week. You know, I said it the last couple of weeks. We haven't had a week, much less a month. Like, most companies, if you get, one person a month building a team of 500 people in your company, like, you're stoked. That's good, solid growth. That's a good story. We haven't had a single week without at least 2 new platinums achieving rank in that week. This week, 3 people built a team of 500 members. Platinums are making between $1,000 and $4,000 a month in income on average. Some are up to $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a month with a bigger organization. No new diamonds this week. That wraps up the rank advancements. Love seeing those numbers every single week. Love seeing them grow. As Dr. Ryan said, love seeing those product orders coming in. If you haven't ordered your products yet, absolutely order them today. Take that health assessment that we're talking about. You can find it in your back office under websites and find the health assessment. You could go to yours. Again, it takes about 2 minutes. Answer the questions, give you some great ideas as to what products you should be taking, and also some other great ideas as far as exercise, diet, sleep, all that great stuff to help you get healthy, maximize your goals, and absolutely crush every aspect of your life. All right, that's all I got. Nodder.
Dude,
talk about today.
25 years I've known you. 25 years. I've never, ever, ever seen you so excited. I mean, when it gets into business, I know you're an amazing family man and a father and a friend. That's a given. But I've never, ever seen you forecasting the way you are. I'm so thankful for that, ladies and gentlemen, because you got to remember something. There's some dreams that this industry allows us to chase after. This young man has achieved every single one because of hard work, because of keeping the main thing, and that's integrity. I cannot speak for him, but he's like a brother to me. And yes, when he was talking about what we had to go through 25 years ago, that was just God helping us work in our testimony and getting ready for this. So Ben, I want to thank you. But ladies and gentlemen, these numbers that you heard, he hit the nail on the head again. It's all about retention and duplication. None of this would happen if there was no duplication. And duplication wouldn't have happened if everyday, decent, honest people that don't have the set skills of overcoming objections, don't have to learn how to tell their friends why they should pay $60 for a CBD oil so somebody in that company can fly in a private jet. When you have to deal with those things, yes, you have to train your team with overcoming objections and have them, oh, don't pay attention to those checks. Don't pay attention to those rings. Pay attention to the dreams coming true. Well, guess what? Ben achieved every dream. And for him to come back to the world of network marketing and supplementation, everything he shared with you, ladies and gentlemen, you need to put that in the blender and kind of blend it up and inject it, because the next 2 years, it's all out massive action. You already have everything in place. Number one, market is ready. I just checked that for Ben because he asked, so I send it to him. Over 10 million people in USA are already doing the old network marketing, or they think they did the old network marketing. Guess what? They all have one thing in common. They all have a heart. They're all humans. They all can fog a mirror, and now they can afford our products. And so go after the 10 million. Start it with kindness and love. We don't need to we don't have to compete anymore. We've already won. I believe we already won. So just go out there, love on your friends. And when Ben talks about that myfreehealthreport.com, that is your ultimate, I don't want to say hook. That is a way for you to share the love. That's your hello. That's how, hey, I love you. Hey, I think about you. Have that, fill that out, have everyone that you know follow it. But ladies and gentlemen, he hit the nail on the head. We're just starting. It all starts with you becoming the product of the product. And we would not have been here if he didn't come back to the world of network marketing. Lisa and Ryan not bringing the products that they made for their beautiful family. And now people can use it and buy it as a family of Live Good. But guess what? This is just the tip of the iceberg. We talk about what happens if Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon, now they have 220 million members. If Jeff would have come to us, say, hey, boys and girls, give you a one-time $40, go out there, bring me Prime member, and whoever they refer, I'll give you a percentage of the monthly membership fee. I would say, thank you, Mr. Bezos, but 220 million is kind of taken. Less than 2.5 million people in a company that will inevitably have, I believe, 100 million members. And when we talk about the pools, I want you to remember this. Ben didn't mention this. Or when people place a product order, they buy between 5 and 6 products. You know why? Because they can. Because they can afford it now. Because we don't sell it. We don't make something for 5, sell it for 60, so we can give away a pink Cadillac. That's Live Good. So thank you, Ben. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Ryan. Everybody go out there, share the love of Live Good with that most comprehensive health system on the planet to everyone that you know. That's how you lock them in yourself, because they're going to join Live Good through you, some fundraising, some gym programs, some co-op, or just some happy gym member that can finally get healthy, stay healthy, do it in an affordable way. Back to you, brother, and thank you, Ben.
Awesome. That's all we got. Thank you guys so much for sticking with us. This was a fun call. Hope you guys got some value, some benefit, some joy out of your day from being part of it. And yeah, again, welcome aboard to everyone who just joined. If you haven't placed your product order, definitely do that today. We ship every day, including Sunday. So you place it. Oh, today's Friday. What am I talking about? Yeah, place your product order today. We ship it out Saturday morning, and you'll have it probably Monday, Tuesday, awesome. Wednesday of next week. Can't wait for you guys to start taking these supplements. Join Dr. Ryan and Lisa. I was going to check back with Ryan. Ryan, what's the topic of the call on Monday?
I don't know. Lisa never recovered. She's somewhere. I gotta go find her.
Oh,
sorry.
All right. It'll be a surprise. But yeah, every Monday you can find past calls in your webinars link in your back office, but that call will be at noon on Monday. And we'll be back here next week. Have an awesome weekend, everyone. Welcome aboard. You guys rock. Let's keep disrupting. Let's keep changing lives. Let's keep changing the world, making things happen, and kicking booty out there. You guys are the best. We're out of here.
I love it.
See you, everyone. See you on Monday. Go get 2 10 cares.